Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do this really simple and classic Valentine's Day look with those statement red lips. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. So I've already moisturized and primed my eyes off camera, so first I'm going to go in with good old Scotch tape, rip off a piece, put it on the back of my hand to get off the stickiness, and I'm going to line it up with my lower lash line, doing this on either side of my eye and then making sure that both sides are even. So first I'm going to go into my MAC Cosmetics eyeshadow palette on my Z palette. I love this Z palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Blanc Type on my Sigma E57 brush. I'm going to go ahead and first press this shadow right underneath my brow, starting off with the brow bone highlight and then blending the shadow down into the rest of my eye look. After that, I'm then going to go in with Soft Brown by MAC with my Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to put this in as my transition shade, really making sure that this is nice and blended. You always want to make sure your transition shade is nice and blended, but for this look, being that there's very minimal eyeshadows, I just really want to make sure this look is blended. Then going in with Embark and Swiss Chocolate Together by MAC, and I'm taking my E25 brush by Sigma. This is the blending brush. I'm going to mainly put the main amount of pigment in the outer corner, but I am blending it into the crease. Again, you really want to make sure this is nice and blended because we are going in with very minimal shadows, just really making sure it's blended in that outer corner and then taking the rest of that pigment into the crease. And as you can see, I'm going back with my E40, really making sure it's blended. Then I'm going to take that same E25 and I'm taking Embark by MAC, and I'm going to go ahead and place this right where the wing is going to be, as well as the lower lash line, because I am going to go in with black and I want the black to really blend into the rest of the eye look. So I'm going to kind of create like an ombre effect in a sense, putting that Embark down and then making sure when the black goes down, and then it will all blend nicely together. Then going in with Makeup Geek Corrupt, I'm going to take my Sigma E65 brush. I'm just going to go ahead first and place down a little bit of black with this brush, and then I wanted to have another brush to really make sure it blended out. So I'm taking this one by Sigma. I love this brush. It's one of my new favorites, honestly, in my collection. I will leave it linked down below for you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and now place more of that Corrupt and just really blend out the liner. We're not going to do winged liner in the sense of using gel liner or liquid liner. I really wanted to create the wing with just regular black eyeshadow because I feel like it makes it look softer, but in the end it just does look really, really nice. So I'm just going to keep going back and forth with more Corrupt. Really get it to your liking. If you want your liner to be thicker, you can always go ahead and add more black. If you want it to be a little bit thinner, then of course you can make it thinner. But I'm just going to go in with my E65 and just really make sure I get kind of the outline that I want, and then going back with my blending brush, I'm just really going to make sure that it's nice and blended and really nice and soft. Once both wings are to my liking, then I'm going to go back in with Makeup Geek Shimma Shimma on that same E57 brush I used to start off with. And I'm going to go ahead and place this right on my lid. And I'm actually going to go a little bit over the liner because I feel like it just really softens the look even more. Just applying that all over the lid, and then I just wanted to go ahead and bump it up a little bit more. So I'm taking Max Fix Plus on that same brush, going back in with Shimma Shimma, and I just go ahead and put that right on top. I just wanted to add a little bit more of a pop because I love the shadow on its own, but I just really wanted to add it and have it look a little bit better, if you know what I mean. And then going back in with my blending brush just to make sure everything's nice and blended, and then going in with more Corrupt, just making sure that that black eyeliner is still there, that it's not really faded out from the Shimma Shimma, but it does look really nice and faded. I love it. So now taking the tape off very slowly because it is your eye area, you want to go very, very soft. Then we're going to go ahead and prep for false lashes. So I'm using my Galactic mascara to prep for false lashes, adding a coat of that to my lashes. And then for falsies today, I'm going to go in with the Esquito lashes, and these are in the style Voila. I really wanted to change it up on you guys because you guys know I use pretty much the same lashes in every single tutorial. So these ones are really nice and soft, really romantic, so I want to go ahead and add them to this look. I feel like you can honestly do any kind of eyelash that you want with this look because it's so simple. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue on, let that get tacky. And while I let that get tacky, I'm going to go ahead and put on my primer. This is the Smashbox Primer Water, and just spray that all over. Make sure you hold your breath so you don't eat any of it in. And then we're going to go ahead and put on our lashes. Now that the lashes are on, I am going to do my foundation, and today I'm using the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation. This is actually the very first time I just bought this foundation. I liked it. I actually didn't look really too much at myself in the mirror this day because it was a snow day, so I literally did my makeup and then sat in front of the fire all day. So if you guys are interested in seeing a review of this foundation, how I like it, please let me know in the comments down below. I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and place this all over using my Sigma F75 concealer brush and then blending it out with my damp Morphe brush, making sure to blend it down the neck so everything is nice in one color. For concealer, I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longer Concealer. This is in the shade MW25, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and place this right underneath the eyes for my concealer, and I'm also going to highlight using this concealer as well. Once that is down, I'm then going to go back with my Morphe brush and really blend everything out. Oh, don't we all wish we could really blend that fast. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer. I'm using my tried and true Laura Mercier translucent powder. I am going to get the RMCA no color powder because everyone's been telling me I need to get it. Oh my god, this is when I stabbed myself in the eye with the powder and I literally could not see for like 5 minutes. I'm not even joking. So I am going to get that powder so I can go ahead and use that here on my channel as well. A lot of you told me to go ahead and get that, so I will get that for you guys very soon. Then I'm going to go in with the Becca blurring powder. I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over my face. My skin has been quite dry because of the summertime, so I pretty much just dust powder all over my face and it will hold my foundation all day. Then for brows, I'm going in with my Anastasia brow definer in soft brown. You guys know I love the brow definer. First, I go ahead and outline my brows using the brow definer, and then I do go in with the Sigma Brow Duo in the shade medium, and I fill in my brows using a powder. I just feel like it's the easiest way to do it, and it still makes your brows look really nice and natural. To bronze up my face, I'm going in with the MAC Studio Care Blend Pressed Powder in dark, as always, with my Sigma powder brush. I like to just go and to put a dusting of bronzer on my face just to color my face a little bit more, if that made any sense what I just said, and just add a little bit of dimension. And then I do go in with more of a contour with my Sigma F40 brush. This is the Marc Jacobs Instamark filter. I've been using this like crazy ever since that Lady Gaga tutorial, and I really like the way that it looked. So I'm just going to go ahead and chisel out my face even more using this contour, again using the Sigma contour brush, and I just love, I feel like my skin looks really nice. I don't know if it's the Josie Maran foundation, it probably is. It's so beautiful. For blush, I'm going in with the MAC blush in Sunbask. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my face using my Sigma F10 powder brush. I love this blush on its own, but I really love it when doing a red lip. I feel like it just really complements the whole look, so I always use this blush whenever I do a red lip look. So I'm just going ahead and putting that on the cheeks. For highlight, I'm going in with my Laura Mercier highlighter in 01. I'm going to go ahead and apply it with my Sigma highlighting brush, and I wanted to go ahead and change it up. I always do the really intense highlights, and I haven't used this Laura Mercier one in forever. So I want to go ahead and change it up, and I feel like it's like one of the best highlighters, but I don't use it a lot at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that right on the cheeks as well as the top of the nose and the Cupid's bow. Then going back to the eyes, I am going to add a little bit more of Embark with my blending brush right to the outer corner and up a little bit because I do have hooded eyes, and I just want to add a little bit more definition to the upper eyes and just make sure that the eyeshadows could be seen. So I'm just blending that up slightly and then going back with my E40 just to make sure everything's nice and blended again. Then I'm taking my short shader E20 brush by Sigma, and I'm going in with Swiss Chocolate as well as Embark and applying both of those on the lower lash line, pretty much like what we did in the outer corner on the upper lid, and then going back with my E20 blending brush, just making sure that it's really nice and blended. And those are pretty much all the eyeshadows. We're going to go in with an inner corner highlight in a second, but it's really simple, very easy eye look. For liner, I'm going in with my Tarte Skinny Smolder eyeliner in Onyx and applying that right into the waterline. And then for inner corner highlight, I'm going to go in with MAC Nylon on this inner corner brush by Sigma. This is the E46 or 47, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and apply this right into the inner corner. I love this shadow and I use it on all my clients because it gives that inner corner highlight. Oh my god, like look how beautiful. You don't even need that much either. I'm going to go ahead also and apply this right underneath the brow bone for my brow bone highlight, just to add a little bit of a pop under there as well. Just making sure that when you put it under the brow, it's really nice and blended out and it's blended into the rest of the eye look. And then last but not least, to go ahead and apply a coat of mascara to the lower lashes, I'm using my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Mascara and just applying a good coat of that to those lashes. And then for lips, we're going to go with a classic red lip. So I'm actually going to go in with this MAC lip liner in Cyber World. This is a really dark lip liner, as you can see, but it gives dimension to the look. It's really one of my favorites to do, or to use actually I should say, whenever I do a red lip, because it really just defines those lips even more. So of course I'm going to go ahead and outline my lips. And then for my red lipstick today, I'm going to go in with one of my favorites. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Seraphine. I don't know what it is about this red lip, but it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over the lips, making sure that I go in the lip line, of course. That's pretty common sense actually. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put this all over the lips, and everyone has their own favorite red lipstick, so if you want to use something different, of course you can go ahead and do that. If you don't want to go red, of course this eye look is very easy and very minimal, so you can honestly do any kind of lip you want. If you want to go nude, if you want to use a pink, whatever you would like. So after I fill in the lips with Seraphine, I'm actually going to go in with a lighter red, and this is going to go right in the center to kind of give my lips a little bit of pop. This is Candy Apple by Anastasia as well. I'm putting this right in the center, as you can see, a little bit kind of like an ombre, but I just really wanted to make the center of the lips pop. So just adding that right in the center, and then after that your look is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I love you all, and I hope you have a really great Valentine's Day. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.